anytime that you've got like maybe a thought in your head and you maybe usually would scribble down on a piece of paper or a post-it note or something, and then you hang it up somewhere, throw it in a drawer, throw it in a folder, whatever. Usually what happens with those notes is you forget all about them. So I've got a convenient area that we can actually put multiple notes in. We can color code them and keep them kind of organized in an area that we can go back to and easily reference these things. So what we're going to do is down here in our navigation, because my notes isn't really showing up here, I'm going to click on a little ellipse there and you'll see notes. I'm going to click onto that and you'll see this pop up here. Now, so if I've got a thought in my head right now and I just want to kind of get it written down and just, you know, have it, you know, recorded here, what I can actually do, okay, so all we really have to do is kind of like when we did the task as well. You can just kind of point anywhere in this area here, double click it, and it opens up to a pretty big note. Usually it doesn't end up being that big. I'm just going to kind of shrink it down here a little bit. Usually it's something about this size, like that. And then it has a date and a timestamp on it, which makes it easy to kind of group, you know, by dates, and you can see the last 7 days. You can also see your notes laid out row after row, kind of like if they were listed in an email. All right. But anyway, so there it is. You can go ahead and you can put in whatever information you want to go put in there. You don't really have a lot of options here. All right. There's not much as far as formatting that you can do. You can kind of cheat and maybe put like a little asterisk in there and kind of do something like that. Hit the enter key, do another little asterisk and do something like that. That's fine. And then when you're kind of done with that, now remember, you can make these things as long as you want. I mean, it's just amazing. It's almost endless. I'm sure it's probably not endless, but you'll never use up all the room there. When you're all done, you don't hit that. You just click away from it and there's your note. All right. Now you can right click the note and you can categorize it and give it, you know, whatever category. We were talking about categories before. I'll just say that this has to do with my budget, but you come up another set of categories for your notes. I mean, so this is endless as far as, you know, the categories you can do. But I'll just click on, I'll just do budget project there. And now that's an orange. So now if I go back there and double click it, that's the color that you get. That's pretty cool. And then when you're ready to do another note, you just do a double click, put your next note in there. There you go. Click away from it, and there's the second note. Now if I go back up here into the current view and I change this to the notes list, I get something like that. See? And I've got also what I did in the last 7 days. I got that as well. Now what we can also do is take any of our notes and maybe use one of our notes as like a journal for the past couple months. And now we want to send that off to somebody. We can actually just do a right click on it in any way that you've got it viewed here. Click on it where it says forward, all right? And there is the note. And then you can send it off to good old student B here, all right? And you can make a little note of saying this is what transpired for the past, 3 weeks. I just wanted you to have a copy of it, blah, 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 and that's it. When student B gets it, student B can actually point to it right here and drag it to the notes icon, which we don't see there right now, but if you had this a little bit wider, you'd see it. You could drag it down there, and that would then be put into student B's notes area. So that's kind of cool. And I'll just send it off on its way, just for the heck of it. And again, I can go back and just go back to the icon view when I've got that. Now you can also print it out as well. So if you had this one right here, you could right click it, hit quick print, and it would print right away. And of course, if you want to delete them, you can either do a right click, hit delete, you can click onto it, hit the delete on the keyboard, or you can do a double click on it like that, hit the little X there. Well, I just closed the window, I'm sorry. That's the 2 ways. How about that? All right. Anyway, so hopefully this works. I can't think of much more to tell you about notes. It's a pretty simple little aspect there, but still I think it's a nice place to go to, put your stuff into. And by the way, too, you can also go over to Notes here, do a right click on it, and tell it that you want to create a new folder, call it whatever you want to call it there, hit OK, and now you've got a second Notes area. So you can actually organize your notes not only just by the color, but also by doing that as well. And I guess there's one more thing I can tell you too. You can actually share your notes with somebody else. So whatever you have, let's say in this notes folder here, you do a right click on it, and you can go down to share, and you can say I want to share the notes, click onto that, and you can specify somebody that you want to share with. How about student B, huh? We always pick on student B, right? So we got that, and we can put something on here saying, hey, here's my notes, so you can take a look at them and do whatever you need to do with it. I send it, off it goes, all right? Now set as a read-only, in other words, student B can only just read them, can't delete them or anything like that, but I could go back to there, do a right click on there, go to my share, go to my permissions, right? And on student B, I can say, hey, student B can read everything, can delete some of them if he wants to, create new ones, create new folders, that type of thing. And then you just hit OK, and there you go. So now student B has a little bit more access to that. Now I have access to student B's notes. I can actually click onto here, and I can actually see. Oh, can't be open. I think I turned that off, so it's not going to work right now. Now, by that invitation I sent out to student B saying, here's my notes, I'm sharing them with you, he's going to have a little indicator at the top that says open up the folder of that email, and it will then automatically show up as mine. It'll be Chip Rose will show up there. And if I know that somebody had shared their notes with me, again, I could just go over here to folder, right? Go to my open shared notes, all right? Specify whoever is sharing with me. Let's say it's student B. Student B isn't sharing with me. I'll just pretend he is. So double click that, and then I'll just hit OK, all right? It says I don't have permission. Do I want to ask student B if I can share? No, I don't want to do that. But anyway, you get the idea. So hopefully this comes in handy. I think it's a great way of kind of organizing, at least have one place to go for all of your notes. I would suggest if you're really into wanting to really keep your notes organized and so forth, you might look at the electronic journal called OneNote, and I've got videos on that you can watch as well. So it's a program that comes with Microsoft Office, and it's a great way of really keeping track of things. It's like having an electronic 3-ring binder that does that can keep track of video recordings, audio recordings, things that you find on the internet, documents. I mean, it's an unbelievable thing. So check it out if you're interested. All right, appreciate you watching. Take care.